Hello everyone, my name is Lapidosum and this is my video being recorded on the 24th of September in 2025. Woo! I was thinking about checking the actual number of videos that I have already uploaded, but I forgot by the time I got here, so you just have to see for yourselves if you care. Anyway, finally managed to make some progress today, I guess. Um, Maybe even more than any other day since I've started recording. If we don't take into consideration the amount of times I forgot to press record the first couple of days. Today I really didn't have much to do, so I actually got to spend most of the day just working on this and really enjoyed it. At some points I got um, hyperfixated enough to actually destroy my back and my neck while sitting at my desk, but it was worth it. I also did look at some references for these specific background characters, unlike the ones I did before, and I feel like the difference is very telling. I will probably be looking at references in further background characters if I end up not making character designs for them on my own. I am also just noticing now how the kind of buff guy's shoulder is. There's something wrong with it. I can't wrap my mind around it. Anyway, I started using Milanote as I heard about it in one of Lavender Town's videos, if you know her, and it's honestly super addictive. I started a mood board for my story idea that I am working on for now. I only take what little time I have while these videos and these recordings are being exported or the animation is being rendered, or the amount of time before my moonlight walks and after I'm done editing these videos and uploading them to YouTube. But it already managed to make me lose track of time a couple of times in these few days, and I already feel like I have a much more solid grasp on what kind of visual language I want to go for in this story. So far, I've only been working on ideas for the architecture of the world. There is a small amount of. Oh look! I fixed the animation timeline. Now it's visible. You can see the animation timeline now. Thank God. Exactly at the moment when it became quite important in the animation. But going back to my mood board, I was just saying that I have only started getting inspiration and setting certain boundaries for the world's architecture. And by boundaries, I mean stuff like what kind of materials these certain groups of people have access to and where are they relatively in place and time. And also their religion. So far, it's basically only their religion that I have put enough thought into. Well, now the architecture as well, but it's still in development. But Milanote makes it super easy to build um, off of a certain idea and make it come to life in its own setting. And there's so many more aspects that I'm looking forward to getting to. Also, it's not just a mood board. I use it as kind of a note-taking app as well. Like I've been putting these little tags in between pictures and over explaining everything to my future self if I ever don't have the time to work on that project for like a year. Getting lost in thought again. I thought that I would leave myself enough time on the previous shot to still talk about what I did with that shot. But anyway, I ended up elongating the shot to 66 frames, I think, in 12 frame per second still. So I'm not going to do the math, but it is kind of an elongated scene and there's not much moving going on. Like the products on the shopping line are moving a little in the beginning and then they stop and everyone's just blinking. That's right, I ended up repeating their blinking animations synchronized with the ticking of the clock up front. Even if if I need to, I will obviously shorten that scene specifically, but I just thought if it's too short, I'm not going to come back and make it longer, so I might as well make it as long as I could possibly need it to be. And I do not regret doing that, not so far at least. The blinks itself, or at least the amount of time when the individual characters' eyes are closed, is about 3 frames long, I guess. So it should be just long enough to notice, but not too long to actually start thinking about for my viewers. And obviously, I'm really looking forward to hearing people if anyone really notices these details that I spent quite some time doing in their finished 30 to 40-second long ad that they are going to get. The character design in this shot specifically, as it is probably the first elongated shot we get at this character's face, almost quite close up. There is no consistency at all if you take a look at it, as I'm trying to work my way around it and make it look like um, the same person or something similar at least. And I feel like I kept failing, not only with their facial features, but also with the angle of their shoulders that would make sense to change, but I feel like I changed it needlessly a couple of times here, so I don't know. I'm just curious to hear what all of you have to say about that and how I could possibly fix that, if there's any way. I also just saw, circling back to Inktober again, that there is a colored edition, I guess. I think it was uploaded on the official Instagram account, which I probably will totally be doing. I love using colored pens if that is what I think it is. I actually haven't really used them for inking much since I was in my teens, probably in my early teens, as I first graduated to just black ink or blue, depending on what kind of pen I had access to, and then just oil pastels, which I think is totally valid, as Oil pastels, for me at least, are just super fun to work with. They are kind of liberating to me in a way, given that I can try as hard as I want to not to get anything dirty while working with oil pastels. But I just know that I will fail, so I might as well not try and embrace the messiness of it, which I do. And it's so charming to me. Also, I had to start the recording again because I can't record for longer than 10 minutes in this app. So now I can't actually see what all of you are saying. I'm seeing the beginning of the video again because I also haven't figured out a way to start the video at the time when the recording is going to be heard that I am speaking of right now. I just hope I'll find a way to stop it in time and not go over my 12 minutes and 36 seconds of screen time. But I've done it before, so I don't suppose that's much of a tragedy either. The There's something so off with the shoulder. I'm sorry. The more pressing issue, however, is the fact that I'm supposed to be getting ready for my moonlight walk in like a minute. So I might end up uploading this video like a week later again, like I did one time. But I'll probably have some free time tomorrow as well, so if I don't forget, I might as well do it then. Also, I probably messed up the stuff that card contains. Anyway, I feel like we're close to the end, so thank you for tuning in again, and thank you for listening to me yap while watching me animate. I guess you'd make me even happier if you watch me lose my mind in October of this year. October, I mean. Thank you. Bye.